And of course, everyone remembers the fan attacking you. That's another Twitter clip that's, I think it's more infamous now than when it happened. What was going through your head during that?
Well, the whole crazy thing is every time I sit in the corner, I never let anybody attack me before the match because I'm not because I was saving that. I knew one day I would, but you have to let it sit. Just you can't just do it for any old. I wanted to save it for a big angle, and so me and Canyon were feuding, and I go, and the exact same day, me and Canyon started talking about. I was like, you know what? Why don't you attack me while I'm sitting in the corner, and then you come out of the crowd and attack me while I'm sitting in the corner? It'd be cool as shit. And he's like, all right. I go, let's try and get it passed for next week. So then I'm sitting in the corner that night. All of a sudden, I feel someone pulling on my hair, and it's so weird because it's like within 1 second, less than a second, I'm already going with it and going out to the floor. But in that half a second, like you're an athlete, you're a worker. You've had time slow down, haven't you? Where you're in
Yeah.
the zone.
Well, and also in attack situations, when I've been
Right.
announcer and stuff, I understand that.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden time slows down, and in this half a second, like there was like a 30-second conversation in my head. I'm like, is it Canyon? No, it can't be Canyon. Why would he do it this week? But why would a fan attack me? I can't see a fan attacking me, and security would pull him off. Oh man, what do I do? Do I go with it or do I fight it and let him rip my hair out? Nah, it's got to be Canyon. I mean, all that in like half a second, all that went through my brain. It's like time had slowed down. And after watching it back, because I just did some podcast about it, I was like, "Holy shit, that was quick!" I thought it was much longer because I had all that memory of it. But yeah. So then I just went with it, and then I landed on, took a bump, got up, and then as soon as I saw it was some guy, some skinny 80-pound guy, I was like, "Motherfucker!" And but I couldn't even hit him because the security had him already. So I was like, if I hit him, I'll get sued. So I said, what do I do? Well, I go back in the ring and cut my promo, act like nothing happened. And then the mic didn't work, but I thought it was still going out to the home, even though it wasn't working. So I kept cutting it because even though it wasn't working in the house, I figured it was working at home, but apparently it wasn't working at home either, at least until then they got it fixed. But yeah, but the interesting thing to me is how long I felt like how much time I had in my head to think about what to do, what was going on, and yet it was that. It's crazy how time slows down.
What was the reaction of everyone in the back when you got backstage after that?
I don't know. I don't remember. Let me think. I haven't thought about that. I guess they were like as what the fuck as I was, and then some people were laughing because the guy was like 90 pounds, I'm sure I remember, I think Conan laughing going, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. And then me and Canyon were just like, man, I go, Canyon, I thought it was you. He's like, what? He's like, we weren't going to do it till next week. I go, I know, but I figured it had to be you. Like, what are the odds that the same day I finally decide to have somebody do it is the same day somebody pulls me out of attacks me,
Yeah.
And it was also like, as much as the boys tease me about it, I'm like, hey, that's just heat, baby. That's because I got so much heat.
What do you think today? I mean, some wrestlers, I've heard Sami Zayn recently got a fan kicked out of a WWE event for saying something offensive, whereas back in the older days, even before your time, fan attacks were rare, but like you'd get attacked by a fan and it was just part of the job. But now it seems even like an insult from a fan will hurt a wrestler's feelings.
That's ridiculous. Unless the guy said something like, I'm going to kill your mom or something, but I don't know what was said. It had to be pretty bad if Sammy got him thrown out, I'd imagine.
Apparently, he called him a faggot or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's poor choice of language, but you're not going to, I wouldn't throw somebody out for that. But but I can tell you something that's really funny. When I was working in Memphis, my first territory, they didn't have guardrails. They had stanchions with a rope connecting each stanchion. And so I was wrestling this guy singing this Cowboy Don Bass. And Don Bass was a hell of a worker. Not Ron Bass, but Don Bass, shorter, stockier guy. Hilarious guy. And so he's choking me with the rope. And then, because I was a baby face, and some big fat lady tries to help. And she's like, you leave him alone. and grabs him. But now she's putting pressure on him, and now he's really choking me. And he's trying not to, but she's grabbing him, and it's forcing him to choke me even harder. And she almost killed me.
That's crazy.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.